We're back on Let's Have It Out. If you're just joining us, we're having a conversation about smaller political parties in South Africa and why at all we should be giving them a chance. I'm joined by the African Transformation Movement, the Women Forward Party, and the Capitalist Party of South Africa. Before we went to the break, we had a call from Lutando in Butterworth highlighting crime in South Africa. 57 people are murdered in South Africa every day. That's 57 people. That's one person every 25 minutes. Every 13 minutes, we know that a rape case is reported in South Africa. The ATM says that they'll institute the death penalty for grievous crimes. Women Forward say they will castrate rapists, and you guys are seeking to amend gun laws at the Capitalist Party of South Africa. Let's start with you. What exactly do you seek to amend with gun laws at the Capitalist Party of South Africa?
So basically, what we ultimately want to do is we want to provide training to women and young men at school so that they can learn how to use a firearm. This will be beneficial to women because
at school. Did I hear you correctly?
Yeah, at school. Yep.
At what grade are we talking about?
We can do high school. It depends. Yeah.
And this training, government-funded training?
Well, I mean, that could be funded by the school fees and so forth. I mean, we can find efficient ways to actually fund it. Because at the end of the day, women need to be protected. And sometimes, they have to protect themselves. And the only way they
Are you going to put a gun in the hand of every South African woman?
Well, if they want to own a gun, they should be allowed to go and own one.
So your approach is more guns on the streets of South Africa to make it a safer country?
No, not more guns on the street. We want people the right to own a gun. And we want.
I mean, they do have the right to own a gun.
Yes, but we want to make it easier. What we don't want to do is for people to wait for long periods of time to go and protect themselves. Because relying on the police service is not that great. And then also if you want to get private security, you need a lot of money. So the cheapest and most effective way is to get training in gun at school. And then if you want to own a gun later on in life, then you can go and get one to protect yourself.
Sando, why castration?
Look, okay, so first let me start by saying that we believe in prevention, okay, not just response. So from a prevention perspective, we're looking at penetrating the basic education system and implementing a school-based interventions where we can teach protective behaviors, teach the law and social fabric values to children to prevent those things from happening. But we're also looking at the last resort being castration or the death penalty, depending on the severity of the case.
And you guys are looking at death penalty as well. Justify that for me in under a minute.
It's a no-brainer that the criminals are having it easy out there. And we have had summits, we've had marches, we've had prayers, we've done almost everything. We need a strong legislation that speaks to the mind of the perpetrators. Now, just last Sunday, if I'm not mistaken, in Bloemfontein, where a prisoner raped and killed a prison warder. So you find that because there's no strong legislation that is speaking to the people, they have it easy to kill as many people as possible.
You guys, before you're a political party, you're a religious organization. Religion is a very forgiving movement in the history of South Africa. Death penalty, very unforgiving. How do you reconcile that? Which part of the Bible justifies?
We're a faith-based organization that wants to impart a value system in the country. What we do not want to enforce our religion to the entire 50 South African to the entire citizens of the country, because not everyone subscribes to Christianity.
Castration and death penalty are very severe actions. Let's talk about wrongful convictions. How then do you aggregate for that?
Look, there are extenuating circumstances. It's not like you're going to find a murderer on the street and you take them to for capital punishment. You have situations whereby, for example, if this person who killed a family of 7 and dug them in their own house. Now,
but the question is unfair convictions or wrongful convictions. How do you aggregate for that?
Look, there will be an appeal.
There's no appeal after you're dead. Tanda, I'll give you an opportunity to take a stab at it.
Look, the wrongful convictions in murder cases and rape cases are very few and far between. It's something that usually doesn't happen, to be very honest with you. And our forensics in South Africa is very good. The problem that we have in South Africa is that we are undercapacitated in terms of the people who can execute, evidence collection and forensics. So one of the things that we could implement is capacitating that department so we don't have major backlogs and delays in cases.
teaching grade 8 students how to use a weapon and making it easier for them to get a weapon, castrating rapists, and the death penalty for those who have committed murder and other grievous crimes. That's the solution to making South Africa a safer place that our panelists of the respective parties put forward to us. Is that important to you? And that's it for this edition of Let's Have It Out. Keep the conversation going on social media using the hashtag LHIO. I'm Oliver Dickson. Thank you for watching and good night.